So today I want to make you one of the best offer you're going to see on the internet. And believe me, this is the truth. And I'm the only person who can make this offer. Why? Because based on the experience I've gathered in this industry, I'll be able to make this offer and keep to it. So all you have to do for me is to stay connected, watch this video to the end. That is, if you're looking for a way to make passive income without stress, because there are many of you who love agriculture, you want to invest into agriculture, but you don't have the time to be on ground to monitor your project. And you know, without you being there, so many things will go wrong. And this is the reason why my company have to come in to help you make money in agriculture. And now you can send your money to work. Just like Warren Buffett have said, if you don't know how to make money while you sleep, you are going to work until you die. So you have to learn how you can send your money to work for you while you relax and enjoy your money. And agriculture is one of that business or one of that industry that you can send your money into. And not just to make money, but when you invest in agriculture, you are also providing jobs. When you invest in agriculture, you are also making sure we have food sufficiency. Africa is suffering from food inadequacy. We import bulk of the food we consume in Africa, and one of the reasons is not because we don't have the climate or the soil to produce this food. The reason why we still struggle for food production or availability of food in Africa is because many of the farmers that are into it don't have the financial capacity to push this project to commercial quantity. They are still doing it on a subsistence level, just to eat, feed themselves, feed their family. So what I am about to share with you is how we can put forces together, how we can join hands together and be able to produce more food. And as the point as we are producing food, we are solving a problem. And you know, as a business person or as an entrepreneur, when you solve a problem, you are being rewarded. And your reward is the income that you make from solving this problem. So let me give you this offer. This offer is this: you are going to invest 500,000 in my farm, right? And my company is going to pay you as low as 15% every month. So let's do the calculation. 500,000 divided by let's go 500,000 divided by 15, right? I'm coming. You're going to invest 5. So you will be doing a lot of calculation. 500,000 divided by 15, right? So it means if we invest 500,000 and then we pay you, I'm coming. I just want to do the calculation so that you know. 500,000 divided by 100 times 15, 75,000. So it means that if we invest as low as 500,000, you can invest more than that, right? You can invest 1 million, 2 million, 10 million. But let's assume you invest 500,000 minimum in my company that we deal in agriculture, buying and selling of agro commodities, production and the rest. And we use that your 500,000 to do business and make profit. We'll be able to pay you 75,000 every month. Now think of keeping this 75,000. Think of keeping your 500,000 in the bank account, in your savings account. How much will your bank pay you at the end of the month or end of the year? I'm not sure you're going to get up to 10,000 naira by keeping that 500,000 in the bank. What you're going to get is debit. One of my banks sent me a card maintenance debit a few days ago. I was like, I've never used this bank since the starting of this day. I have just 1,000 naira in the bank and they have deducted a certain amount there for card maintenance. So the bank would rather steal this money from you, such that at the end of the year your 500,000 might reduce to maybe 490,000 or 495,000. They must debit nothing less than 5k. But by investing in my company, 75,000. So let's check. 75,000 times 12, which is 12 months, that is 900,000. So you invested 500,000, and at the end of the month or at the end of the year, that 500,000 have doubled, have given you 900,000. So now your 900,000 as net profit and your 500,000 is still there, right? So do the calculation again. 900,000 plus 500,000. That is 1.4 million. 1.4 million. 1.4 million in 12 months. Can this be true? Is it possible that an agricultural company will be able to generate money enough to pay you 900,000 and still give you back your 500,000 within 12 months? How can this be? Is it possible? I know you're asking, is it that this guy wants to scam us? Because you have lost money in many projects like that have promised to pay you a return investment like that. So you're wondering, this guy, I love what he's doing, but this offer that he's bringing now, can he pay? Now there's someone somewhere who has done the calculation. Okay, if 500,000 will give me 900,000, okay, I have 10 million. Let me drop 10 million naira, right? So if I drop 10 million, you divide by 100 times 15, that is 1.5 million every month. So if you give my company 10 million naira, we are going to pay you a sum of 1.5 million naira every month. Every month. Okay, so multiply 1.5 by 12, right? That is 18 million plus your 10 million, 28 million. How possible this is? Now use your common sense, calculate what kind of business am I doing. Okay, I'm into poultry, I'm into buying and selling of agro commodities. I trade on quick profit and make profit and pay you. Now I want us to be realistic. Now as an accountant or someone who read accounting in school and have also practiced in business, I've also handled a lot of money in the past. So if I'm discussing money, I'm telling you what will help you. And I want to share my personal story with you. I've made this offer in 2020. Many people reach out to me that they want to invest in my farm. I was not the one that reached out to them. They reached out to me because I've been posting about my business from day one on social media. So people saw it and they were interested. They reached out to me. Can we invest maybe the little amount of money you have in your company while you do business and pay us interest? Now, when people started reaching out to me, I received money from people, right? This was 2019, 2020. I received money from people and I invested in farm. Now, I didn't promise 15%, but it doesn't matter the percentage you promise, even if it's 2%, even if it's 1% that you promise. So the percent I promised to pay people, and people gave me money. So at first, I was able to raise good money, and we did our project, we made profit, and we paid people back their money. By that time, I was working in a rented farm. I didn't have my personal farm. So we made a little amount of money. And then we saw that we couldn't even meet up with the demand of what we are doing. So we're into rice processing as at that time, because we did not have our rice processing factory. And many times, most of the factories that we want to use, they will not want to give us their space. They will just tell us they are busy, they have other companies that have come with their rice, so they have to do before they will attend to us. So the thing was delaying our business. So what was the next plan? The next plan was to make sure I raise funds. And what am I going to do with this fund? To invest in assets. Now, this is the only way a business can stay and remain. The business can only stay and remain when the business owns assets. It could be digital assets or physical assets. But almost all the businesses in this life that you know have a physical assets. Is it Facebook? Is it Twitter? Is it YouTube? They all have physical assets. They might not show you that this is what they have on ground, but they have these places. So if you want to do business, especially in agriculture, and since our business is more physical, it's not a digital business, you will need to have a physical asset. So this was how I now raised money and bought land. When I bought this land, constructed the plant, bought rice processing machine, installed, and this was where the challenge come. I couldn't meet up with the percentage I promised to pay people that invested money with me. Now, not just that, it's common that challenges come to most businesses. So along the line, The project was moving fine. We were doing business, making profit, paying everyone, you know, timely. We never delayed payment. People saw it and people were giving me praises. You're one of the best guys in Africa. We trust you with our money and you're paying us back. You know, all those praises that people shadow on you when you're foolish, right? When you're doing something that is out of knowledge. And some people will know that you're stupid, but they love to hail you. People are hailing me, you're doing well, you're the best in agriculture, you're a young man. Because why? I was paying them their money without fail. I was paying their money without fail, timely. If I promise you that I'm going to pay your money on the 15th, on a dot, midnight, maybe say 12 a.m., you are being credited. Never in a lifetime that anybody who invested money with me have to wait and call me to say you have not seen my money. I will credit you in the middle of the night. The bank was respecting me, because I was bringing foolish money to them, you know, that they can use to do their project, right? So I was paying people money. I was paying. Now, in 2021 to 2022, then my company started having challenges. And what was the first challenge that we had? We had flood that attacked the farm. When that flood came to the farm, it washed away our poultry, destroyed some of our buildings, canceled my fish pond. But I was a bit worried because I knew if I am not making a little money here to be able to service some of these debts that I've incurred foolishly, I'm going to have issue because I fear being dragged on social media. I fear being taken to police. I don't want to go to court. I don't want EFCC to drag me or put me handcuff and say these guys have defrauded people. Because when I started my business in 2013, I told myself I will never steal money from anyone and I will never receive money from someone that will make the person to cry. That was the vow I made. I said if I wanted to scam, receive false money and make quick cash, I'll go into internet fraud. I know but I promised myself no. One, my father is not a wealthy person. My mother is not a wealthy person. I don't want to engage myself in a situation where they will have to come and bail me from police hands. I don't want that. I don't want my father to be sad to say, okay, they lock my son. And why they lock him is because he scammed someone 100,000 or 200,000. Because that time, that was big money, right? So I made a vow that I would never do that. So, but when I collected money from people, invested in agriculture, and my farm failed because I could not pay them due to the natural disaster that I have on my farm. Now, natural disaster was not the only reason why I could not pay. Another reason why I could not pay is also there, which I'm also explaining, and which is the reason why I'm making this video. Because I know many people are going to do my same mistake, or many people are already on the same path. And if you, after listening to this video and you're on that path, it's time for you to calm down and cancel yourself out of trouble that is going to happen to you eventually. So, because I need a clean name, I don't want anybody to see. I want to travel freely. I don't want to be moving and I'm afraid maybe someone will arrest me. No. So I made a vow within myself that anything that will make me to receive money from someone and the person will cry, I don't want. Give me your money and be happy. Let me be happy that you have paid me. So when people gave me money for their project and I invested in agriculture and couldn't pay them, all the fear, all the things that I fear happened to me, just like Job said in the Bible. All the things that I fear police. I have to sleep in police custody. I fear being dragged on social media, tagged as a scammer. But because I could not pay, and most of the people that gave me money, some of them were not in Nigeria, abroad. The Africans were, they are based abroad. Some are in Nigeria, but they are not in Benue State. Some are in Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja. Some are even in Makurdi, but they couldn't come to my farm. Of course, some do. They came and saw that, okay, this guy is saying flood have washed his farm. Let's go and verify. They came, they saw how our farm was destroyed, how I was able to rebuild the whole place back. And I also showed them my poultry, what happened to my poultry. And my pig farm, this one was like, it was a natural disaster. I didn't know why all the challenges happened within the period of 2 months, everything. Like my farm, we had a swine fever, African swine fever. Those of you who are into piggery, you know what is called African swine fever. It's an infection, or let me say virus, that don't have treatment or cure yet in Africa. So once they attack your pigs, just start preparing their death. They must die. You can't correct it. So this happened in my farm, and that is where my farm community was located. Almost all the pigs farm there, everyone lost their pigs. So it was not like it was a unique challenge to me. It was something that was like an airborne. So most of the pigs in my area all died. So I lost my pig as at that time. They were much. I lost everything. So my pig was off, my fish pond was off, my farm was flooded. Even accessing the place, even bike could not get to that place as at that time. The whole place was full with water, and not because the farm was located in a riverine area. No, we don't have a river. The whole of that community, there is no river. It was like a heavy downpour that happened that day. I think the rain started falling around 4 in the evening of that day, and it fell until the next morning 10 a.m. Heavy, not like it was small. So water was full everywhere. And you know how Benue State is. If you have been to Makurdi, you know how we used to flood all the time. So that was how flood washed the farm. Now when this challenge is hit, because I was not matured enough like I am now, and God is helping me to grow, I started panicking. I was like, voices started coming to my head. You're going to prison. They will drag you. Hey, you're a criminal. EFCC will carry you. People will report you. So all the things that I fear started coming to my mind. Then I started becoming insecure. I was now afraid of reaching out to people who did business with me to tell them that, look, this is a challenge I have. We have lost this, so and so. We have lost this. We will not be able to pay you. Bear with us. I couldn't do that. Now, I was looking for ways to be able to say, okay, let me do more business and pay. I started looking for contract, people to come and do rice milling with us, because I didn't have money. But as at this time, I've used the little money I have to settle 1 or 2 debts. So what I was hoping on was that, okay, I have a rice processing factory. So from that rice processing factory, I can process rice, because the turnover is faster with rice. You make a lot of money with rice. So I knew that is where I could do business to pay people money. But because assessing my plant was also difficult, I was now having a challenge of how to get people to come to my place and process rice with me. So luckily I was able to get one company that I will not call their name. It's a global company. It's an Indian company, but they reside in Nigeria and they do a lot of agricultural projects. So I got a contract of 180 million naira with them. So they were to bring their rice while I mill, like process it for them and give them, because we were doing a project, a humanitarian services that needed to supply over 300,000 metric tons of rice, I think. So I was one of the contractors. So I was to do their rice for them while they process, while they pack and then supply to the people that they need, because they couldn't meet up with demand. So the search in Benue State, my rice mill was second to the best. So they knew that they can work with me. I was happy when that offer came, because I knew that by processing rice worth 180 million, my cost of production will not be more than 20 million, because I am not spending much. What I'm doing is just to buy diesel. They are coming with their rice. So with over 170, let me say 120 million, I can settle debt to a very high limit, or let me say higher level. So I was confident. I was confident that, no, I can chase this thing. I will pay these people. There will be no drama. My name will not be dragged to the mud. I will still keep my reputation. But I don't know what happened. These people accepted. I gave them my quotation. They gave to their boss. Their top officials came to my factory. They were satisfied with everything we were doing. They saw the quality, and they even sent me the acknowledgement email that, yes, we are going to work with you. This is. That was the end of the story. The contract did not pull. I cried. I knew that, yes, this life, I must be dragged. So before, like after like 2-3 months, people start shouting, he's owing us. He's supposed to pay me last week. You have not paid. Cost in a day I will receive more than 300 calls. It's not like he played. More than 300 calls. Why? Because these people felt that these guys have not delayed paying us. What's happening? It's like he have scam us. He have jackpot. He have run with our money. So people start calling, and I didn't have the confidence to tell them. And this is one thing I always tell people: when you want to invest in business and you want to get partners, there should be people that you can tell the truth. There should be people that you can tell the truth. There are many people that you can't tell the truth. So most of the people that invested with me, they were people that cannot tell the truth. They were people that cannot tell the truth. And because I cannot tell the truth, why okay, so why is it that I couldn't tell them the truth? Yeah, because most of them, they were not business-minded people. They were just people that wanted to sincerely wanted to have their money work for them while they sleep. So they believe that my company can help them actualize that dream. Now, the sad reality is that they didn't know about investment for many of them. So the amount of money they invested with me, or let me say the kind of money they invested with me, was money that was not meant for investment. Why am I saying this? Most of them took money that was meant for house rent, school fees of their children, money that was meant for hospital, maybe medical checkup, money that maybe they gathered from their contribution. They picked such money and invested with my company. I am not saying they were wrong people or foolish people or they didn't, but what I'm trying to say is that that amount of money or that kind of money was not meant, or was not the amount of money they should have invested in business, knowing that business is profit and loss. So it was when I could not pay them, like 2 weeks, people started sending me messages. That money is my house rent. I have to pay my house rent this year. My husband gave me that money to buy food stuff. I have to buy. I was like, oh my God, what can I tell these people? What can I tell? There was no English that I could speak. There was no English that I could speak that could help them to understand that yes, I have truly lost this money in business. For people that know me, I don't have a car. As at that time, I did not have a car. I did not have a personal plot of my own. I was staying in a rented apartment. But I had money that could build any kind of house that I want to build to my taste, and buy any car that I wanted to buy. Material things doesn't move me. I didn't see myself, okay, let me buy cars, flex. But no. Because I saw that this money is for my business. So the only way I can enjoy is to invest it into the business and enjoy excess profit that my company has made, not to chop my capital. So I invested every single kobo that I raised from people, from my partners, into agriculture. One kobo I did not divert 1 naira. Now, if I diverted, nobody will know. But it was me with my own personal self and my spirit that I say no. This money is not meant for flexing. I don't even know where there is a nightclub in Makurdi. I stay in Makurdi for many years. I don't know. You will never see me in beer parlor flexing, hey, doing dorime. You will never see me there. I'm not that kind of person. So my own was that if I wake up every morning, my movement was from my farm to my bedroom, to my farm to my bedroom. If I'm traveling outside Benue State, I will just go. But that was my movement. Sometimes to my office, right? So I invested my all, my spirit, my intelligence, my mind, and that project failed. Why did the project fail? Number one, I explained 2 natural disasters that happened to me: flood and then swine fever. And also my birds stopped laying just like that. I never knew what happened, but that was it. Whether it was a spiritual attack, I don't know, right? But it happens simultaneously. So what I'm trying to say, the next step, which is why I'm making this video, was that the return investment I promised these guys was not realistic in a long run. It was doable in a short time for a small amount of money. It was not doable for a short time for a big amount of money. When I'm talking of big amount, I'm talking about 1 billion. I'm talking about 100 million above. When my company was very small, maybe our investment could be around 10 million, 5 million. We can turn over that 10 million, 5 million and make more. Sometimes we can hit almost 50% return investment. Now, because I promised to pay 15% and also return your capital, the company cannot stand. No business can do that. This model have not worked for many agricultural companies in Nigeria. You know some of them. You have invested in some of them. Maybe you even invested in my own project too. Why this business fail for some people? They lavish the money. They want to live big, travel private jet, first class, business class, right? They useless this money on those mundane things. But aside uselessing that money, this model of give me money, I give you return investment, even Dangote group of companies cannot do it. If they try it, that company will crumble. Of course, they have backings of government and the stock market, but even if they try, that company will struggle. And even the shareholders of Dangote group of companies, it's not every year that they announce profit. There are years they don't get anything from their shares. So any business that promise you that you should invest a certain amount of money to earn a certain percentage without consideration of loss is a scam. It's a fraud. I did that too. So I'm not telling you, I'm not attacking. Maybe you are doing it currently. Stop it, because you cannot survive in it. Your business needs big capital, long-term capital that you can invest and turn over for a while before you start thinking of paying your partners. I'm not saying you should receive money from people and promise to pay them return. I can't do my business with myself. I have partners till today who invest money in my business. So there is no way I can say, okay, all my business I will only do with my own money. That one is not business. You must do business that require other people's money. Sometimes it might not be physical cash. Someone can say, okay, use this my estate. I have 1 hectare, 100 hectares of land. Come and use it for 1 year, or use it for 5 years. That person have invested in your company. Another person can say, okay, I have a processing factory. Use it to produce your product and pay me rent. That person have invested in your company. That person is now your partner. So you definitely need business partners. But now I'm speaking to farm owners, or let me say entrepreneurs. You have to be extremely careful. Someone reach out to me that he's needing money. Someone have seen what he's doing. He want to invest in his farm. I say, do you need money? He say, yeah. I say, how much? He say, 300,000. I say, that is stupid money. What is 300,000? What can 300,000 do for you in Nigeria today? Or let me say Africa. We're talking about less than $200. Or let me say less than $300. What can that money do for you? You that is into primary production? No. You want to die young? I don't know how to explain this to you, but I believe you have gotten this warning. Never, never take money from people and promise them a fixed certain return investment. And never invest in that kind of business. I know we all want to make money while we sleep. But don't be greedy, don't be foolish, don't be stupid. Your money is important to you. I know you want to double your money. There are specific businesses that you can do to double your money. And when you are doing such businesses, you are 100% aware that, bro, this money can sink. I can lose it 100%. And you will not arrest anyone. You will not feel cheated. So for people who are abroad that did business with me as at that time, they couldn't come to Nigeria to come and visit my farm and see that, okay, it's true, this guy bought this machine. Okay, flood have come. Because those things were visible. Till today, if you go to my farm, you see where flood broke down and how we rebuild it. But they are not there. And if I send them pictures and videos, those things can lie. Right? We are even living in a world now I can even manipulate videos and send to anyone, anywhere. With AI. So it was hard for them to believe that it's true. That yes, this guy did not flex our money. Many people who were close started lying. The guy have used his money to flex. He used the money to do this one. And people that were not close believe. You know, there were many people who were jealous of me to a point. When I was doing my business, they couldn't tell me. They were just hoping and praying, biting their finger. One day this guy will fall. So that they will celebrate. That is human nature. Not that they are wicked people. They are like, we are like that. We feel attacked when some people are making progress in what we are puzzled to do, that we are not making progress. You are 50 years, you have never touched 1 million, and someone who is just 19 years have touched. It's not the person's fault. God has blessed us differently. Don't fear attack. So people were like, they were hoping, well, how is this guy making money to build this kind of thing? I think I built my farm in less than 2 months. Everything. People were attacked. People felt very bad because in the whole of that community, I brought development to that community. I constructed road that linked to my farm. People started coming to that community to buy land because of the presence of my farm. So many other people that have been there for a very long time were feeling bad. So why am I saying this? I'm saying as a business, you should, as a business person, especially in agriculture, there are things that will fight you. There are natural disasters. Number one, we have things like flood, fire outbreak. They can scatter your business plan. Government policies. The government can just wake up one day. I started my rice processing because of government policy. When President Muhammadu Buhari said, okay, stop importing rice, that was when the business opportunity sparked to me. And rice made me money. Rice made me millions. Rice made me the money I've made in my life. It was because of government policy. And that same government policy can also come to scatter your business for you. So when you promise people, invest this amount and you make this, be thinking of natural disaster. Don't even think earthquake will not happen in your village. It will happen one day. And maybe that will be when you have collected money from people and promised them to pay them return investment. Don't think fire outbreak cannot come and burn down your shop. It will happen one day. And the people that you have collected money from, they will not want to hear that. They are waiting for their return investment. Some of them are very greedy and selfish people. They don't even care if you are dying. They will still text you, when are you sending my money? In your hospital bed. And if you die, they will still hold your wife and your children. They must pay that money. So be very careful. When you receive this amount of money from people, your reputation is... See, I was doing solid well before I received money from people. Guy, I was balling. Not like I was a wretched guy looking for... I started making money many years ago, 2013. I've seen my 1 million that time. I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you that when I received money from people, I was put under pressure. I was working more than I was working before. I'm a reader. I read a lot of books. As at that time, I read 4 books per week. So how I was making my money, I was doing cryptocurrency. As at that time, many of you have not even heard about crypto. I was doing cryptocurrency, and I was doing some other investment. I was into real estate. I was helping people to sell land, make my money. 2016, 2017. And when I ventured into agriculture, I just had a small poultry farm, 300 birds. I was doing well, no pressure. I will just make my profit. If I make 20,000, 40,000, I will know that I've paid myself for that month. I will enjoy my life. I will buy my books, sit down and read, no pressure. But the day I received 1 million from people, oh my God, I knew I have to work hard. So I was working more than the way I was working before. Before I would just sit inside my room, make 1 or 2 posts, get people to buy my products. I would just send them money, you know. Like now I was selling honey. I was just in my room. I know people that had the honey. I could just advertise on my Facebook. People will place orders. Sometimes I can make 200,000, 500,000 in a day. In my room, no pressure. I was not owing anyone. If I make that money, maybe I'll just share with my friends, share with my loved ones. I had nothing to do. I was not married. I have no bills. I was staying with my uncle. I was eating everything I want. No house rent. But when I receive money from people, the pressure increase. The pressure increase. So what I'm telling you today is that don't listen to anyone promising you such offer. Even if it's 1 kobo, don't listen to them. And you, don't be foolish enough to make that promise. You will not meet up. No matter the percentage that you have promised, you will not meet up with it. You will not meet up with it. No matter how little that amount is, you will not meet up with it. Don't promise anybody that amount. And if people bring that money to you, don't receive it. I'm not saying you should not get business partner. Business partners are different from hungry investors who are looking for ways to turn their money. People reach out to me, want to give you 1 million or want to give you 10 million, buy cassava, supply to Chinese company, pay us percentage. They are very good now, no. They are very good, loyal, humble. They are speaking with me with calm voice. But until I call them to tell them that, sorry, we invested the money in buying cassava. When the truck was going to the company, we had an accident on the road. All the cassava got destroyed. We lost all the money. They don't want to hear that. Immediately, they will come to my YouTube and tag, this boy is a scammer. Stop. They will comment on all my videos. Some of them will even send police to come and arrest me, EFCC, DSS. You will hear that I'm back to prison. Why? Because I receive money and natural challenges that we face in business happen to the money. Not that I've used the money to buy clothes. I'm not a material people. I don't care about those things. It's not that important to me. How many clothes can I wear? There are some of my clothes I've never touched for the past 4 years. They are in my bag. I don't need them. right? So people reach out to me and I look at the how they present themselves. I know this one is trouble based on experience. And if I tell such people, okay, since you want us to do, let's build a business instead of building a let me say an MMN or a Pozin scheme. Let's build a business. Let's do something that can last. Let's do something that can pay us and pay our children. Drop this 10 million naira. Let's structure a proper business. Or drop this 1 million naira. Let's go into a solid partnership that will protect me and protect you. This was a mistake I did when I received money from people at first. I never care about myself. I did not protect myself from any challenge. It was about my investors, my partners. I didn't even care. Sometimes I wake up in the morning, I have not eaten. I'm in the farm. Why am I hustling that much? So that I can make money to keep to the stupid promise I've made. They didn't care if I'm sick. Nobody care. Nobody. Their own is that they have given you money. And when people give you money, if you buy clothes, they will believe it's their money that used to buy that clothes. If you buy small phone, it's their money. If you buy car, hey, that one is their money that you have chopped to buy that car. I'm saying this thing because I might be using bad English, but just manage with me. I just want it to enter your spirit. Two group of people, those that are planning to receive money and promise to pay return investment monthly or every 2 weeks. Stop. Those that want to give money with that kind of mindset, stop. Keep that money in your bank account. If you don't know any business that you can do, just leave it there. Business is profit and loss. Be willing to do business with people as partnership. Be part of that business full time. Be willing to come into my company and say, okay, Denison, let's build a farm that will be profitable in the long run. Even if we don't make profit on day one, I'm okay. Let's push this business. Then when such people come, you from the other end who is receiving their money, be transparent enough. If anything happens, tell them in details. Don't hide, don't lie to people. That is why I say you have to receive money from people that you can tell the truth. There are many people, when you tell them the truth, they feel bad. So when you now know them, you start packaging to lie. When you lie one lie, you must lie up to 100 times. And you become a liar. So only receive money from people who you can tell the truth. And make sure you are the person that can also say the truth. So that people will not give you money at the end of the day they regret. So if you see me today, there are many offers. Only this week I have offers of more than 50 million naira. I need money. I need 50 million. It's not bad for me as a business person. I know what to do with the money. But the kind of people that come with the kind of mindset that I judge communicating with them, I tell them no. I don't need money now. It's a lie. I need money. As a business person, I need money. But I'm not looking for money that much. I've seen money. Money is not my problem. I know one of the most easiest things to get in this life is money. The hardest thing to get is the heart of men, the loyalty of men, the souls of men. Men that will love you, trust you, do business with you is the hardest. And how can people trust you? It's only when they have done. People will tell me, I want to give them 10 million. I will say, okay, no, just give me 1 million. Let's see. Test me. You need to see who I am first. Don't give me money that you have not seen me. You have not, So this video is long. So what I'm trying to say is that the offer that I've put out for you here is just to warn you that you shouldn't invest in such businesses. They will not work. Recently, one of them crashed. People lost a lot of money. One of my neighbor who was making 500,000, 200,000 per day, he lost. He nearly died. Many other people lost their money in the platform. If you're a Nigerian, you definitely know this platform, right? So please, any business that you want to do, be careful that you have your agreement written. Everything is done in agreement. So thank you so much for staying connected. I remain Denison, your billionaire farmer.